Yeah, David Kelch says he spent 7 years as an immigration judge and he actually used to work for DHS. So he says he is not against immigration enforcement, but he is against how ICE and Border Patrol are doing it right now. Seeing and hearing reports of federal agents shooting and killing Alex Preddy in Minneapolis moved former Maryland immigration judge David Kelch to do something during his trip visiting family in Minneapolis.
I was just kind of like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go down there, not to cause trouble. I don't want to get in the way. I don't want to even just to, a life was just lost. And I just felt really sad.
Kelch says he and a group of people were a couple blocks away from the shooting scene Saturday when he heard a loud bang and saw a green fog in the distance before he felt the effects of tear gas.
I couldn't breathe. My eyes were watering. I felt like sick. And I have a heart condition. So I was like, wow, this my chest felt really tight. And I was like, oh my God, like what is going on?
Kelch says he also saw Border Patrol agents slam a man to the ground and tear gas him after he slipped on ice and bumped into a Border Patrol agent at a protest. Just one example of why he believes Border Patrol agents should be off the streets.
They're just not equipped to deal with peaceful protesters. They're not equipped to deal with people who are taking videos of them. They overreact. They're trigger happy.
And as a former immigration judge, Kelch says he has no problem with immigration enforcement, just not this way.
My point is that there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And the way they're doing it in Minneapolis and other places is really not the right way. I don't think it's not safe. Innocent people are getting killed.
And Kelch says he wants to see ICE focus on people with criminal convictions and terrorist ties rather than people here in the U.S. as refugees. And we're seeing more controversy around ICE operations right here in Baltimore. New at 5, I'll show you a video reportedly showing conditions at the ICE field office here in Baltimore and explain why some lawmakers are upset. But for now, live in the newsroom, I'm Brianna Ross, WBAL TV 11 News.